Hello everyone, this is your mentor Shubham Dubey and I am here along with CodeNCareer for another video regarding the HTML, where today we will be going through the introduction of HTML, like what is HTML and how a beginner could involve themselves in learning HTML, where it is the journey for the starting of web development. So in the yesterday's class we have already gone through the roadmap part. Today we will be going along with the part where we will be discussing what is basically HTML, why it is important, and what is its role. So first of all, starting with the basic definition, guys. See, the videos would be more of a nature where we will be doing direct study. It is not any kind of time pass. So only those people who are serious for themselves in the life, only they should be here, so that at least serious candidates could get something serious in their life. It is not for the non-serious students, because otherwise they could be kind of bored. There are many videos out there in YouTube, you can see or watch them out. This is for the serious ones. Fine. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language. That means there is a kind of text in which you will be writing that in a hyperlink format, and ultimately you are marking up the things whereas it is possible. So basically, when the structure is created, it is commonly known as the tags. See, there are elements, for an example, first element, second elements, but commonly they are inside a tag. For an example, there is a paragraph, it is inside a tag. This is the basic meaning. Fine. And HTML elements define different sections like headings, paragraphs, links to other web pages, listings, images, tables, multiple things are out there, guys. So again, the full form is what? Hypertext markup language. Now, the most probable interview questions out there. Hypertext means it refers to the way in which web pages, that means HTML documents, are linked together. For an example, there is this home page, then about us page, then contact page, then product page, services we offer, everything would be there when they are linked together. Second thing is the markup language. When you are simply using HTML to mark up a text document with tags that tell a web developer how to structure it to display. I will be just showing it to you in a simple notepad. You don't need to install anything in today's class. I will be showing everything to you in a simple notepad format. So now the very beginning of this thing, which is the HTML element. What is the HTML element? One big question in front of us, that a HTML element is a basic building block to create a web page, and it is created by a start tag, content, and end tag. You need to understand there is a start to it, there is a content in between, and there is end to it. Fine. So these all things will be going. For an example, the basic syntax of an HTML element is, this is the starting tag, which is the tag name, and with the slash mark, this is a closing tag. The main content is in between both of them. So for an example, this is this heading written H1. It is a top level heading and closing tag of H1. See, again showing you in a basic simplistic manner that what is happening here, guys. So kindly listen to it carefully. See, first of all, there would be a opening tag. Okay, you need to understand. Then there would be a closing tag. This is the thing, guys. Now, in between the opening and closing tag, there is a content. You need to understand this thing. There is a opening tag and there is a closing tag with this single difference. If you need to understand the difference between a opening tag and a closing tag, you need to understand this difference in a priority. Fine. So moving forward, H1 is the start tag. It is a top level heading. I would be telling you H1 till H6. Then top level heading, and H1 with a slash is a closing tag. Now, basically moving with the page structure of HTML. And I don't want to be more of a theoretical in nature. I would directly jump into the notepad. Not any editor required right now. Just a simple notepad would be enough to give you the specific things which are required here. So here I have opened the notepad. Now guys, you need to understand one very clear thing. What very clear thing you need to understand? That in HTML, there is basically the tag. The tag is the language of HTML. So priority HTML is itself a tag. What did you understand? In priority, HTML is itself a tag. See, what I just had done here, I had make a opening tag and a closing tag. Now HTML is there. In between HTML opening and closing tags, you are writing something. Fine. So what I am writing now, just see silently. This is the opening and the closing tag of head and the body. Fine. I would be telling you in a few minutes what I am basically doing here. So now you need to understand what you need to understand. For an example, if you just saw a human body, I am not very good at making diagrams. So guys, don't laugh at me. Pardon me for the things, but it is necessary for me. So for an example, human. If I am talking about human, so there is this face. You can laugh also. The person can also laugh, and there is a body. Fine. It looks more like a scarecrow than a human. So just pardon for me for it. Now this is the head and this is the body. Fine. So the head and the body of a human are provided there. Now we need to understand the note point is that in similar way there is this HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag. Fine. And in between them there is a head where you will be writing things like the heading, and there is a part called body. Fine. So we are doing these two specific things out there. Now going to the main part. So again seeing this is the HTML. Just wait for this doc type HTML. That means simply you can understand that the document type should be HTML in nature. That's enough for you right now. Now if here is the opening tag, here you can see a closing tag. Second thing, if here you are seeing the head, here is the closing of the head. In head section, mainly the title comes. For an example, at the top, you can see like blackboard.pdf. What is html.pdf? So if for an example, I just open any random website out there, for an example, the Financial Express. Now, when the website is loading, it would just generate a logo and there is something specific as a kind of title on it. Logo is taking time to generate itself. For an example, in the Financial Express newspaper, I think it would generate itself a little faster, or it is taking time. Just let it load. Head section is this. Now the body tag in which there are headings and the paragraphs and the multiple things. So now here in the Financial Express MSN, you can see that this is a logo out there. Fine. So these are the few things which involves a basic structure. Fine. Basic structure of a HTML is provided here. Fine. So doc type HTML, it defines that the document types is HTML. Sometimes it is a doc file, PDF file, but what this file is, it is HTML. HTML file could only be opened in a browser. You need to understand you require a browser for it to be opened. Root element for an HTML document, you can see it. Head element, it contains specific scripts. Meta tags would be there where we would be learning SEO. Fine. Then title, web page title would be there. Now the body part, main body is provided here. I already shown you H1P. There are a few examples. Now, there is a role of a website. What is the role? It is to read, sorry, web browser role. What is the role? I have already told you that web browser is required to read HTML document. If it is not there, it is not possible. So for an example, Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox, etc. These all things are already provided there. The doc type declaration tag is used by the web browser to understand the version of the HTML used in the document. Current version HTML5 is running into your systems. So the latest version you can say. Now there is a difference between tags, elements and attributes. Fine. This part I would be doing afterwards. Right now I am just showing you the basic structure of a HTML page. For an example, if I have created this much, now between the head tag, what I am doing, I am adding the title part. Okay, so title could be anything, just but right now just putting the both the opening and the closing tag. So for an example, title could be code and career. Fine. Meanwhile, I am also promoting my channel. Just subscribe it so that in the future you would be able to see that. Otherwise, many times in YouTube we forget what we are doing. For an example, I want to put a heading. Right now I am using H1. I would be telling you how to use it. So for an example, coding courses. Fine. And there is kind of inculcated slash H1 closing. I am also inculcating a paragraph here. In paragraph, for an example, these are good coding courses. Okay, I would be also using AI for this. So be there in the sessions, guys. I am definitely sure that you guys would be loving this session. So file, now I am saving my file as, see here very specifically, save as in the desktop only. I am saving it as code and career. Fine. Actually, the first page is always the index.html file. So directly put here dot html. Now I have saved it, just checking into my desktop. Here you can see index file is created. When I am opening it in the top version, you can see in the top part, you can see the title, and here you can see what is written in the heading 1 H1 and what is written in the lines. Fine. So this is basically about the nature. Now, the difference between HTML tags versus elements versus attributes. See, tags are the keywords to display specific format like heading, specifically H1. HTML elements, these are basic building blocks which are made with the help of tags and content. So if an example, this is a tag, this P is a element. And what are the attributes? For an example, I want to color this paragraph with another color. So I select another color. Fine. This could be an example of attributes. So you need to understand these things specifically. Talking about case sensitivity, HTML is not case sensitive. If I write body, it is also correct. Body, it is also correct. Fine. So, like you can read the PDF regarding the importance of HTML. I would provide the PDF, but only if you guys are joining our WhatsApp channel. I would be providing you the link for the WhatsApp channel along with the WhatsApp group as well. So kindly join our WhatsApp community as well. Join, and also do one more thing here. I am just requesting that please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are literally providing quality content free of cost to you, which is very helpful for you guys. So we will meet in the next session. Till then, take care and have a nice day.